Students, today we are going to learn about chemical change, chemical bond. In that, the first topic is chemical change. Now we will going to learn about the distinguish between physical change and chemical change. Physical change. Physical change, that means the molecules of the substances rearrange or reorganize themselves without forming a new chemical bond. For example, if you take a water keep it in a refrigerator, then freezer, it will convert into ice. And if you take out the ice from the freezer, then it will convert into the water. That means here temperature variation takes place. Due to the variation of temperature, the water convert into the ice and ice converting into water. This is a physical change. That's why it is called reversible change. Usually it is a reversible change. In chemical change, what happens, the new substances are formed in a chemical change. The different chemical properties of the that means the original substances entirely different from that. For example, if we take the rusting of iron, the iron nail that reacts with the moisture and oxygen to form a iron oxide, that is a chemical change. Entirely the compound is different. For example, carbons combines with the oxygen, that is the combustion. And rotting of any fruits, that entirely the new substance. And digestion is also entirely new substance. These are all the examples of chemical change, and this is the example of physical change. If you take that ice cream is melting, that is the physical change. And if it keep it into the refrigerator, and that means the taste also will not change and the shape also will not change, that is the same shape, that is called the physical change. Okay, and boiling of water converting into the and vapor, again it condenses to form a water. These are all the examples of physical change. In the physical change happens, the substance retains its original properties and the new substances are formed. No new substances is formed. For example, if you take ice cream, the ice cream melting, but the no new substances is formed. It retains the taste, is also retains its properties. That is the physical change. And chemical change is usually irreversible. For example, the carbon combines with oxygen to form carbon dioxide, and if for any chemical reaction we take and the product formed, we cannot be converting into the usual original product. That is the irreversible. I think you can understand the uh, term reversible and irreversible. Reversible means the water converting into ice, ice converting into water. That is the reversible. Irreversible means we can't change into the product into the reactants. That is called irreversible. And this is the main difference of chemical change and the physical change. And now we will see the examples of chemical change and the word equation. And if we take during a chemical change, the chemical composition of the original matter changes into the new substances and having a different properties and different chemical composition are formed. For example, and here the citric acid reacts with the baking soda, that means sodium bicarbonate. Citric acid reacts with the sodium bicarbonate. We will see in this video the citric acid reacts with the sodium bicarbonate and it is a neutralization reaction and the bubbles of carbon dioxide are formed. We can see here the bubbles of, we will adding by adding this citric acid to the baking soda. See the bubbles of carbon dioxide and salt is formed. That salt is sodium citrate. Okay, this is a neutralization reaction. This entirely the new substance is formed, that is the chemical change. And next is the chemical changes in everyday life. Natural chemical changes. The example is respiration. Respiration is a continuously occurring biological process. In this process, we inhale the air and exhale carbon dioxide. Inhale the air means which air? That is oxygen. Inhale oxygen, and here inhaling oxygen and exhaling the carbon dioxide. The glucose in the cells reacts with the oxygen in the inhaled air to form carbon dioxide and the water. And next natural chemical changes is the photosynthesis. We can see the photosynthesis. We know that the what is the photosynthesis? Plant can prepare their own food with the help of the sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water. Okay, this is very essential factors for the photosynthesis. In the photosynthesis, what happened? The carbon dioxide reacts with the water, and in the presence of sunlight, the sugar or glucose is formed and oxygen is liberating. And this is also a natural chemical changes. See, plant only green plants prepare their own food. The green plants contain chlorophyll, uh, then the liberating oxygen, and they are taking, while photosynthesis, they are taking the carbon dioxide. With the help of the carbon dioxide, water and the sunlight, they prepare their food. This is a chemical change. Man-made chemical changes. We bring about many chemical changes for our use in everyday life. Example, combustion of fuels. Wood, coal, petrol or cooking gas are burnt for getting energy. The common substances is burnt in all this is the carbon. Okay, the carbon combines with the oxygen to form a carbon dioxide. That means C plus O2 and CO2. And combustion of fuel is fast and the irreversible chemical change. And next man-made change is the Shabadi tile. Okay, Shabadi tile. That means cleaning of Shabadi tile with the dilute hydrochloric acid. That means the Shabadi tile means it is a calcium carbonate and reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid, and it forms a calcium chloride and the carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide is liberating. And this is a man-made chemical change. We will see in this video what type of reaction. chemical bond, ionic bond. Chemical bond formed due to an electrostatic force of attraction. Electrostatic force of attraction between the oppositely charged cation and anion is called an ionic bond or electrovalent bond. And here sodium chloride, how the sodium chloride is formed. In the sodium, the atomic number of sodium is 11, and in the K shell 2 electron, in the L shell 8 electron, and in the M shell 1 electron. And atomic number of chlorine is 17, in the K shell 2 electron, in the L shell 8 electron, and in the M shell 7 electron. And to complete the octet of chlorine shell, it requires only 1 electron, and 1 electron accepting from the chlorine, and its octet is completed. Here we can see the octet is completed in the chlorine cell, and sodium is giving the 1 electron, and it is only the K and L shell. Here K, L and M shell. Here the Na plus, that means here the proton is more and here the electron is more. That's why here the Cl minus, it becomes Cl minus. In this way the sodium chloride is formed. This is the structure of sodium chloride. In the sodium chloride compound, the bond formed is the ionic bond. The bond formed is ionic. Generally, a covalent bond is formed when atoms of two elements having similar properties combine. Such atoms cannot exchange the electron. Here, the shared electron becomes the common property of the atoms, and thereby electron octet or duplet of both the atoms becomes complete. Here in the hydrogen the duplets becomes complete. And now we can see that here inside an atom hydrogen contains only one electron here. Inside an atom hydrogen, here only one electron, and here also only one electron. And to duplet short of how many electron is required? One electron to duplet. And here therefore the valency of hydrogen is 1. The two atoms of hydrogen are identical and have similar tendency, and therefore they share the electrons with each other. And the result, the electron duplet of the both the hydrogen atom is complete, and chemical bond is formed between them, is it is called a covalent bond. In the same way we can see in the water molecule. In the water molecule, and water molecule the covalent is formed from the hydrogen and the oxygen atom. This is hydrogen atom, this is also hydrogen atom, and this is the oxygen atom. And hydrogen, we are all know that the only one electron is there. Here also only one electron is there. And in the oxygen 6 electron are there. And how they are forming the bond here? There are 6 electrons in the valence shell of oxygen atom, and to complete its octet, how many electron is required for the oxygen? 2 electrons, and that 2 electrons are forming with the hydrogen atoms. They are taking from the 1 electron from one hydrogen atom and this hydrogen atom, and to complete its octet by sharing the electron, the hydrogen atom also complete its the duplet. Oxygen atom is complete its octet, but hydrogen atom is completes its duplet. And this type of bond formation is called covalent bond. That means the chemical bond formed by sharing of valence electrons of two atoms with each other is called a covalent bond.